Alright, so how I made the dream coat. I started off with this McCall's pattern, which I cut the pattern pieces. I think I was going for view A, but without the sleeves. I cut the pattern pieces onto an old sheet that was donated to me, and from there on I started to layer some patches. So on the front bodice you can see a whole bunch of patches that do all the crossover, and then I started quilting them down, as you can see very well on these sections here, quilting them to the bodice. I did the same thing with the skirt, coming through here, the side seam is down here, and literally I just had an absolute ball putting pieces of fabric together and top stitching or quilting them down. There are only 2 layers, so quilting is typically 3 layers, but there is no middle layer other than, so it's just the sheet underneath and all these patches on top. Now the quilting and top stitching did make it a lot more stiff than I anticipated, but as you can see I had a lot of fun. Now obviously there's the section underneath here. I did a fastening here with a button, actually 2 buttons. I've just fastened one of them. Let's see if I can open this with one hand. There we go. So the part that most people don't get to see is this underneath section of patching and stuff, just to give you a glimpse on the inside, to give you an idea of just how much top stitching went into all of this. And this should give you a bit of a clue. It took me quite a bit longer than I anticipated. In terms of the back, this purple was part of a blouse, an old blouse, long sleeve blouse that was given to me, and I knew I wanted that as the backing for this painting on the poinsettia. And I've wrapped it over the shoulder because it went a little bit longer, so a little bit around the shoulder, over the right shoulder, and then a bit around the left waist. Then, because the quilting and top stitching was so thick, I couldn't really put the darts in the back to make it fit. So I ended up putting a bunch of elastic. Let me just turn this around, get back to that section on the inside. You can see I just put elastic basically from side seam to side seam, and now it fits really well. So that was how I started. In terms of the sleeves, again from that blouse fabric, I just cut a triangle and let it fall into a flutter sleeve. I'm not sure if I like it. I might end up changing it up at a later stage, but that gives you the how I made the dream coat.